All right, so it's the first day of crush here at Alta Ridge Vineyards. We're picking Pinot Noir. I'm going to show you the whole thing. It's going to be fun.
The picking is all done by hand using these hook-shaped knives, which are very sharp. Those are traditional grape harvesting knives. The grapes are dropped into these little totes, which are kicked along the ground as the workers move down. And once those are full, the workers will hand those totes to the driver of the tractor, who will dump them into these plastic, usually called macro bins. And each of them hold about a half-ton of grapes. And those bins are made to be moved around with a forklift, but also to fit on this trailer so they can be taken out into the vineyard. And when they're full, they'll be taken out to where the truck is. This is the vineyard manager's dog, who I like a lot. So those bins will be taken and they will be loaded onto the truck, either with a forklift or anything else that you can put forks onto. And then it'll be shipped to the winery.
Okay, now before I show you the actual crush process, I thought I'd explain what's going on here. We are doing something what's called custom crushing. This is the way that most small wineries will start off. As you can probably guess, building a winery, including all of the tanks, the pumps, the electrical service, the wastewater system you need to put in, all of that stuff is extremely expensive. And for most small wineries, unless you are someone who is extremely rich, you can't afford to just build that up front. So the way that most wineries will kind of bootstrap themselves is that they will go to another winery that has excess capacity, and they will pay for that winery to crush their grapes. And that's what we're doing here. Over time, that practice has turned into a whole industry and a whole business model by itself, which is called custom crush. And that's where we're at today. We're at a winery called the Ranch Winery, and all they do is take small producers like us and give them the tools they need to make great wine. So all of the stuff you're about to see is inside the Ranch Winery, and all of this equipment is stuff that if we were to try to do this ourselves, we wouldn't be able to afford it.
The grapes are brought to the winery by truck, and they're offloaded from the truck with a regular forklift and taken into the winery to be weighed. Since this is a custom crush winery, I had to wait about 2 hours until it was my turn to use the equipment. But when it was my turn, another forklift, this one has an articulating dumper to dump these bins directly into the hopper, which is a funnel for the grapes right there. And that hopper just conveys them to this machine, which is the destemmer. And you see the stems coming out at the end of it. And the berries drop through, and you can see it does a very clean job of sorting out any stems or any other leafy material. And there's a grate right there that will let any small shot berries or any small pebbles or anything like that fall through. And then it goes into a must pump here. The must, which is just a word for crushed grapes, get pumped through a 3-inch line and into this tank. And now we have 3.5 tons of crushed Pinot ready to ferment. Prepare to learn the true meaning of Kung Fu!